Good afternoon, everyone. Iceland, 75 pounds for you to buy groceries on a payment plan. Italy charging gas and electric fees if you buy pizza. Looking at 9,000 plus euro electric bills. Anti-theft cases for the spam. California drought threatens tomatoes. And if you're going to prepare tomato soup, autumn herbs to grow. 15-pack, thanks for telling me it's 3 more cans than a 12-pack. Reminds me of McDonald's 1950s, 15 cents for a pure hamburger. But Australian banks not going to give loans for petrol or diesel cars. So when you look up percentage of global GDP, Europe in crash mode is going to drag the rest of the planet with it. That's why 774 CEOs quit. Taking a look at giants on the currency, ruble 1919. Starting you off with a blast from the past. 1919 ruble. Who are these characters represented? Is this a giant of old that we're seeing? Romulus and Remus, the twin brothers, the founders of Rome. One with a hammer, one with an anchor cross. 50 rubles tells the story. On to Germany, food price inflation, 16%. Shadow Stats puts that well above 25%. We'll see where it ends up by the end of the year. But so far, Iceland is moving to something unbelievable. Buy food now, pay later, 0 interest loans. That's a travesty. Remember the shortages running through COVID? Now it's all about the meds. You might want to stock up while you have a chance. I've heard a distant early warning that medicines will disappear. And it seems like somebody's beating me to the shopping mall on that. Now we need to put anti-theft onto the Tide detergent. Seems like high prices are changing people's behavior. No, the spam, say it ain't so. Anti-theft. Containers on spam. And also, if you need a steak, you have to ask for help because too many people are stealing that, and they also need to put behind locked glass. Excuse me. California drought threatens tomato crop. Look at the price increases just based on these tomato products. So everywhere you look, it's up and up and up and up and up and up. Ketchup, 23%. Tomato paste, 16%. Tomato sauce, 17%. There was that chili shortage, and then the super famous sriracha sauce also disappeared off store shelves. It's just one thing after another. But if you are going to make some healthy tomato soup this year, these are your autumn herbs that you can grow to add in some extra flavor in whatever you're cooking. Parsley, chives, rosemary, mint, fennel, thyme, basil, and bay leaves. Now, bay leaves well known for cooking, but others have additional benefits for the food as well. You might want to screen grab this and go get the seeds. Would you survive a year-long power outage? It's more likely to happen than you might realize. Unfortunately, our country has a major weakness, our power grid. If you're beginning to prep and learning about this for the first time, you want to turn to Dark Age Protection. And each copy of Dark Age Protection comes with 4 bonus books for free: Bulletproof, Bug Out, Water on Demand, Produce Oasis, Gardening, and Off-Grid Independence. Get your downloadable copy now by going to darkageprotection.com or click on that link in the description box below. And now on with the video. And moving back in history again, McDonald's, the Golden Arches, 15 cents. Now I know this is inflation because originally the very first prices for McDonald's were 10 cents for their hamburgers. So even at that point, it had gone up, what, 50%? Because it went from 10 cents to 15 cents. Now, in hindsight, you look at this and say, 15 cents, I'll take 100 of them. But at that time, money had more value. Gee, what has happened to the money? How much is McDonald's hamburger today? And whenever you have McDonald's or fast food, generally Coke or Pepsi with that. But I'm looking at this box cover saying, nah, that can't be. A 15-pack. Okay, 3 more cans than a 12-pack. I guess I'll have to chalk that one up to the calculator doesn't work, so you can't add 12 plus 3. What happens when people's electricity bills get into the thousands of dollars per month or thousands of euros per month? Then what? Because a perfect example right here, Callum says, my mom owns a small cafe and her electricity bill jumped from $12,000 a year to $64,000 a year. That's a 5x increase in prices. So she's working out the options, probably going to have to close. Another mom and pop business disappearing. Only corporates will be left. And we saw the same thing over the last 2 years. Almost all small business wiped out. If you turned your head to the side there, 9,836 euros. And Westmeath, also another small business, small coffee shop complaining about the electric prices. But I like Rams Paul. I'm sure you agree it's worth it. Jumping over to Germany, spoke with a friend in 2021. The gas bill was $2,800 a month. Now he's on track for $24,000. That's nearly a 10x in Germany. The stories continue to swirl. They will shut down 3 rooms in the house and switch providers, hoping to bring that rate down to 11,000 euros in the last months of the year. Can you imagine paying that much for your electric? So when I see this tweet coming out from FX Hedge, EU electricity market no longer functioning, of course it's not. It's totally broken. It's manipulated at best and fraudulent at worst. You know, and the questions being asked here, I don't think most Americans realize how dire the situation is in Europe. If your electricity bill went from $250 a month to $2,500, your discretionary or disposable income would be obliterated. I mean, there would be none. You would be eating ramen noodles to pay your electric bill, even if you owned your house. Corporate earnings are going to fall off a cliff when the cool weather arrives. And yes, I could probably think of a few things that would happen if our electric bills here went to 10x. The exact same thing that's happening in Europe. We would have to start communal heating areas so people wouldn't freeze in their homes during winter. People would be cutting back and starting to live in one room instead of a full house. Oh wait, that's what the serfs did. People would stop dining out. It would just be too expensive. You would watch stock prices fall, and we'd go into a tailspin in the economy just like Europe's doing. So, with Europe as the giant green on the right, 2 to 4 o'clock position, what amount of that is the global GDP? China's real estate market is in full collapse, and somehow these two are not going to pull on the global economy. Wait till Q3 comes. That's going to be a chilly earnings season. Over to Italy, it's getting so bad they're actually charging you for pizza, gas to cook it, natural gas charge, and electrical charge, both as an addition for walking in to get a takeout pizza. Shout out to Constantine. Thanks for sending me that. I could use any of these nuggets. And you'll understand why 774 CEOs have left their roles this year in the United States alone. That's the highest number in 20 years. What was the year prior to that the highest amount of CEOs leaving their roles? 2021. Who would have known? What is it the high-profile executives know that investors don't? I guess that would depend on how loyal you were during the industrialization phase to bring the world technology-wise right up now to implement CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, the blockchain, social score apps, and personal allocation carbon credits in a carbon trading market. If they were deeply loyal, they're getting the information, they're out. September crash, I'm still calling it the beginning of it. Something nefarious this way comes. There's too much destruction in the economy happening on purpose, and you got everybody running, disappearing into the hills literally, and what's going to be left out here? Our world can't continue to function like this with broken supply chains, excruciatingly high commodities prices, and now we got electric it's unpayable to the point even French government in some cities is not going to pay electric anymore. It's going to sweep the globe. It'll be a global thing as we come into cooler temperatures, which were also referenced. September and October, surprise. And the cherry on top of the madness, Australian banks are announcing that they are not going to give loans for petrol or diesel cars to encourage electric vehicles. I did the video yesterday, how much it's going to cost. As the electric prices 10x, 15x up, so does the charge fee. And then swing across the Pacific and over the equator, hello California, asking residents to avoid charging electric vehicles due to blackout risk days after they also unveiled a new gas car ban. And if you didn't hear about that, well, many a publication picking it up. Newsweek, California banning new petrol cars, gasoline and diesel, all sales by 2035. So which state is next? Gee, let me scratch my chin and think. And a mere 6 days later, Californians told not to charge their cars because it would draw the grid too much, may cause blackouts. I don't know. Perhaps we're missing a chapter or two in history here. Can you say global liquefaction event? Older archive photo here. Do you think they're laying the tracks, or do you think they're digging the tracks up from a layer of sand and clay? Whatever's inbound is absolutely a civilization changer. So take these next couple weeks to get as ready as you can. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Links are in the description box below so you can share this with friends and family, get these discussions started about truly what does happen if our electric bills in the United States start to reach even half of what European bills would be at a 5x. Then what? Those are discussions to have, like what's going to happen? What's going to stop spending? How are you going to shift habits and whatnot? And until next time, bye for now.